Hey, how's it going? Today I want to talk about Napoleon Bonaparte and what he was like at the time. Napoleon Bonaparte, he lived from 1769 all the way to 1821. He was a French military and political leader who rose to prominence during the French Revolution and became Emperor of the French from 1804 to 1814. He is considered one of the greatest military commanders in history, and he had a significant impact on Europe and the world. Some key points of Napoleon's life and career: early life and rise to power. Napoleon was born in August 15 on 1769 in Corsica, which was the French territory. He attended military school and quickly rose throughout the ranks of the French Revolutionary Army due to his military genius and leadership skills. Italian campaign is one that I really enjoyed a lot, reading about it and learning about it. I would highly recommend for everyone taking a look at, and the way how he had fighted against all odds during the Italian campaign, and he rose to power, and he had a chance to prove himself during that campaign. One of Napoleon's early success was his command in Italian campaign on the French Revolutionary Wars. His strategic brilliance and innovation tactics led to several victories against Austrian and other European powers. I will briefly touch on other significant dates during his life. Coup d'etat was a time when he overcome and put himself in power in France. Napoleonic Code as a ruler. Napoleon implemented numerous reforms, including civilian code. Emperor of the French, he became emperor at 1804, and then he ruled France. Military campaigns during which he had overcome one of the biggest Europe powers at the time. Downfall and exile. 1812, when he invaded Russia, and he lost that battle. 100 days, the time that he came back from exile, and he ruled France at the time, and final exile and his death. Overall, everyone who ventures into politics, I believe that's usually how it happens. There's a lot of opinions. People don't really know what's happening on the front lines. But either way, what I'm actually interested in would be him as a leader, what he was like when it came to strategy, when it came to decision making, and the way how he made those decisions. There's some of the areas of history I think pretty much everyone knows about it, or perhaps learned in school or have read within the books. What I'm personally more interested in him as a leader, as a strategic leader, and how he made his decisions, how he did that to such a high level, and what kind of people surrounded himself with. That would be where I'm coming from. Some of the areas that I'm personally more interested in. Charismatic authority. Napoleon possessed a magnetic charisma that drew people to him. His self-confidence, ability to inspire loyalty among his troops and followers were centered to his leadership. He had a knack for connecting with the people, whether they were soldiers, politicals, or civilians. Interesting. Strategic brilliance. Napoleon was brilliant military strategist. He had an exceptional ability to analyze complex situations, devise innovative tactics, and adapt his strategies based on changing circumstances. Decisiveness and boldness. Napoleon was known for his decisiveness and willingness to tackle risks. He often made quick decisions on the battlefield, which contributed to his many successes. He believed in seizing the initiative and not allowing his opponents to dictate the course of events. Centralized power and effectiveness when it comes to administration. As both first consul and emperor, Napoleon centralized power in his own hands. He structured the French government, streamlining bureaucracy and implementing reforms to increase efficiency. Chain of command, most likely reduced chain of command. Interesting. Personal involvement. Napoleon was deeply involved in details of governance and military operations. He often took a hands-on approach in providing strategic direction and making important decisions himself. Perhaps he got involved himself rather than in every single decision making, at least overseeing those decisions. Either that would be within central command when it comes to military decisions, as well as perhaps within the French overall country. Interesting. Motivational leadership. Napoleon knew how to motivate his troops and install a sense of camaraderie and purpose among them. He frequently visited his soldiers in the field, personally acknowledging their achievements and addressing their concerns, which within a lot of structural corporates is been missed today. But either way, I believe that's a good approach to have within any company. Megalomaniac tendencies. While I don't know what that is. I need to do more research on that is. While Napoleon's leadership had many positive aspects, he also displayed megalomaniac tendencies. His ambition for power and conquest led to the expansion of his empire, often at great human and social cost. I believe I need to check the stats, but I believe everyone who went into battle at that time, it was a third of overall troops who died from natural diseases or overall diseases instead of bullet wounds or died in battle. I guess they had different concerns at the time. So I would be interested to find out what kind of leader had you inspired such a large groups of people to go into battle in the first place, even if they knew they would die, or not necessarily within the battle. They would die either from battle wounds. I think just because they didn't have a proper way to heal the wounds, or you would die from different diseases after the battle have taken place. I think a third of the troops. I don't know if that's accurate numbers, but yeah, that would be my own perhaps perception on what kind of person would have to inspire a large group of people to go into battle in the first place. Yeah, just out of curiosity. Thanks for watching and see you next one. In my book, Game Strategy, I'm discussing different strategies when it comes to your understanding the life, the way how you approaching every single day, the way how you should think about money, building your own success within your personal life, will that be career, and where you see yourself. Within the book, I'm sharing a lot of my ideas, my own understanding when it comes to doing that. I think it's some of the lessons I had to learn myself, and I believe I'm sharing a lot of examples that could potentially offer a lot of value to everyone who is reading it. I'm looking to inspire a lot of people who would like to pursue perhaps taking on more risk, perhaps building future, people who are interested in building their own future for themselves. I'm sharing a lot of ways of how to do that from my own lessons that I learned in life, and perhaps that would be a value that you could find within the book. You can find it on my company's website or major retailers. I sell that book as well. Thank you.